Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're back in, I accidentally broke some blocks. Today we're back in the hardcore create, and today I want to actually start working on a new farm. That farm is going to be a tree farm. I now know how to actually get a wood farm working. In the last video I did try, but the way I tried it didn't actually work, and you actually need a saw. Which, if we quickly just craft this, we just need some stripped logs. Can we use netherwood? I'm not actually too sure. Let's quickly just try. I think in today's video, we're going to focus mainly on farms because I want to also set up a automatic andesite farm, which you can actually do from making a sand farm, then turning sand into soul sand, turning the soul sand into quartz, turning the quartz then into diorite, and then turning the diorite into andesite, which then means we should be able to actually get a lot more andesite casings, and we shouldn't have to worry about having to go and mine it every time. That is another goal for today's video. I don't know if we're going to get that far, because that is obviously quite a lot of steps to get to the andesite. We already have cobblestone and gravel being made, and I'm pretty sure to get sand you have to crush gravel, so we are almost there. But we still obviously then need to turn it into quartz, soul sand, and all of the other steps. I also think that we're going to start actually building farms in this sort of area now, because I did remove a lot of the trees to get the wood we needed for the iron farm. And I think it would be a lot better because then we can build like a big massive factory around it. So that is what I'm now going to do, although it's quite like hilly, so I might have to re-terraform it to make it kind of flat, which shouldn't be too much work, I don't think. So we've now actually slept. Let's quickly just craft up some of the andesite alloys so we can actually make some of the drills. I have left my iron nuggets, there they are, or at least there's some of them. We also can make some more with the iron blocks we have. And there we go. So that's 32. That should definitely be enough, and we can use netherwood. That is perfect. So let's now make, how many saws can we make? Okay, we now need some iron, which I can just do there. We can currently make 3. I only think 1 is needed right now, but 3 would be good. Now, I did want to farm cherry logs, but you can't actually turn strip cherry into andesite casings. As you can see, I am clicking on the block and it's not working. So that hasn't been updated to 1.20 yet. So I don't think farming cherry is going to be that useful. Although I would love to build with cherry and I would love to make the factory out of mainly cherry, I don't think it's going to be good to farm it for resource-wise. I think we are going to farm oak instead. Once we then have a decent amount of oak, we might then swap it out and farm cherry as well. Although we do have 3 saws, so we could actually do 1 oak, 1 cherry. So the next thing we need to do is find an area where there is power, but it's also kind of flat. Obviously, the trees need an area to grow, so I think we could do it here, because this is kind of a flat area. The only problem is getting the actual power to this area, which might not be that easy. So let's just put the actual saws, 1 there and then 1 right there. I would say that's enough room, because if we put the oak, no, let's actually put the oak there, because there's more of a hill there, and then the cherry right there, they should be able to grow, and there's enough space between them that they shouldn't collide. I have just moved it over a few blocks, because sometimes cherry trees can grow like that one up there, where it goes to the side a little bit too much, and I don't want them to collide in any way. So now I guess it's just about getting the power. I do have 32 shafts, so we have to get the power somehow from here all the way over to there, which don't actually look that far. Now I think I have something that should work. Now this could be made a lot simpler. I'm not actually too sure, but it works, which is the main thing. So all I need to do is just place that right there. And now we both have these powered up. A quick little showcase of what is actually happening right here. We are using the power from the actual windmill, so we don't have to create a new power, as this is perfectly fine for now. And then if we head down here, this will go all the way over there, which is to a gearbox, which changes the direction. The direction changing gearbox is on this block right here, just underground. It then comes to here, where it changes it to the vertical gearbox, which changes it to going up. And this is another gearbox which changes the vertical from being up and down to left and right. And then this one obviously changes direction again, going into these. All we need to do now is actually wait for these to grow. Now, I'm also pretty sure if you put chests on there, that will collect the items, but that will stop the trees from growing, I think. Wait, these hurt you if you go near them? They do, okay. They don't work like stone cutters. But I need to actually think where I can put this chest without it actually stopping the trees from growing, but still picking up the items. Will it work there? Maybe? I'm not actually too sure. And I also need to grab the glue, just because I think the chests have to be glued for it to actually detect that the chest is there. So let's quickly break that, and if we put the glue in our offhand, and then just place the chest right there, that glues it. That does still work. It does. And then we can do the same right there. There we go. So this is a chest. Let's do the oak one, just because the cherry one obviously grows in a bit of a weird shape. So that will break the actual tree, and the items don't get collected. Okay, so there shouldn't be anything in this chest. There isn't. So I've been sitting here for about, I would say about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, trying to get this to work. Once again, I just want to say a huge thanks to It's Doggo. I will have their channel linked in the description, as they helped out with this so much. I wouldn't have been able to get it to work without them. But this is what I currently have. Now, it's not automatic in any way. We do still need to do stuff, but I plan in a second to make it so it's fully automatic. So currently, I have 3 bones. Let's quickly see if I can grow the tree with these at 9 bone meal. There we go. So once the tree is grown, hopefully it will obviously grow naturally. We will then have a system that will flip this lever, which as you can see changes the rotation of this, making it push out. It will then break the tree. Once the tree is broken, all the blocks will be collected in this chest. And then this lever will be flipped again, which will then put it back, ready for another tree to grow. Now, if you're wondering why we've had to complicate it using this piston, that's because if you just put a chest on one of these without it being a movable tile entity or block entity, it won't actually pick up the items. It has to be moving for the chest to register as a container. So that's why that is done like that. I do also need to do the same on this side, but I think this works. The next thing obviously is just to make it so it works without any player interactions, which I do have a plan on how to do that. The idea I have for this should be actually quite simple, I think, but I'm not actually too sure if it's going to work. So the first thing we're going to do is place an observer right there. That should detect when the tree has grown. I don't think the observer being there will stop the tree from growing because it's on the one level that I don't think matters. And then the next thing we're going to do is place a redstone receiver right here. Now we need to set this. So how do you do this? I know that you used to have to place blocks. Is that still the case? Let's just place dirt and dirt. And then now if we actually place this same receiver up here with, I think we need to shift on it and then place dirt and dirt. So now let's actually see if this works. We can remove the lever now. Actually, no, we cannot because this needs to be powered by default. So I guess what we need to do is kind of invert this, which I guess we can easily do. I don't know if there's a thing within Create where you can invert redstone, but if we do that and then it was dirt and dirt, wasn't it? So let's just place dirt and dirt. So is that now powered by default? If I remove this lever, that actual system shouldn't move, which it's not. Perfect. So now if this tree grows up, let's try and force that with bone meal. Nothing happened. Okay, is that because it's not a strong enough signal to actually turn off the redstone torch? I've now made a repeater which should make the signal that little bit longer. So now if we quickly just break this, I can now actually kind of make it a little bit smaller by putting that there. Then I can put the redstone torch there. And then I can put the actual redstone link there. There we go. That should now work. And then once again, dirt there, dirt there. So that's now moving back because it's obviously detected that it's no longer powered. So now if I place that log there, that will obviously signal the tree growing. It doesn't work. Why is that? Is that because that's too small? Breaking it? That works, but only a little bit. Okay, I understand what we need to do now. We need to make it so the signal stays on for a little while. Well, it's been a few days since I last recorded. I have actually recorded the end of this video, but I lost about 6 hours of footage for some reason. So let me just quickly recap what we've done, and then I have something else I do want to do. So we finished the actual tree farm. As you can see, we have now this part right here. which what this does, when the tree grows, it will actually send a signal through this pulse extender, which activates for 8 seconds. Then obviously activating this redstone link, which is on top of here. And it's exactly the same on this side, apart from this one doesn't have the redstone torch to invert the signal. And as you can see, it definitely has been working. We have almost 9, or just over 9 stacks of cherry logs. I do need to sort out the storage for the saplings and sticks. And as for oak logs, we have just over 3 stacks of them. Let me quickly see if I can actually bone meal the tree, so we can obviously show you how this works. As you can see, once it activates, this extender will extend, breaking the tree, putting the resources into this chest. Then after 8 seconds, it will actually deactivate and go back. And then this thing right here will place down a new sapling, basically being fully automatic. We don't have to do anything to the farm. The next thing I did off camera is I actually started to decorate the potato farm up here, and I did also extend it to a wheat farm as well. All I done to extend it was I added some of these blocks in the center, which go from the base all the way up. And then obviously up there we added just another set of the farm. Now I haven't finished this top layer yet because we obviously need to wait for all the wheat to grow. I have also started decorating it with some cherry planks. If I quickly just show you, we've got cherry planks, and then we have also got this, but I don't like how this looks. Final thing I done off camera was I actually finished the iron farm. If I quickly just head over here, you can see we added the glowstone into the sides of the walls, which makes it look really good. Let's quickly just get rid of this baby zombie. And I did also finish this main wall right here, which it seems like I'm missing a block, which we can fill in later. I did also extend these walls all the way down because iron golems were getting stuck on the sides of the blocks, meaning the farm wouldn't actually work because the iron golems wouldn't die, and the villagers would still detect the iron golem in the radius. So that is now fixed, and it seems to be working every single time now. Now let's cover something that we can actually do to make up for the part of the video that I lost. So I did add a new mod to the actual world, and that is the framed blocks mod. Now there's a reason I added this, and it's mainly just so we can build with more slabs, stairs, and stuff like that. So if I quickly just grab the framed slab, we want this one right here. It's crafted with frame cubes, which is literally just planks and sticks. Or you can actually use a framing saw. I think we'll just use the planks and sticks. That should be fine. Now we've actually done this, let's quickly just see what this looks like. So it looks something like that. Okay, so I've actually got a different idea because I don't like how that looks. It just looks really weird from like this angle. So I've currently made it go back to how it did look before I added the stone. And now I want to try these blocks because these add a little bit more to the build without making it be a full solid block. These are basically vertical slabs in the sense of just framed blocks, so you can make them look like anything you want. So let's actually see what this looks like. If I place them all down like that, and then I just go through and add some of these, and then let's also add some of these as well to obviously break up the texture a little bit. I think this will look a lot better because there will be a little bit more detail to it, or depth I mean. Okay, that does look better. It doesn't make these pillars look horrendous now, which I think is good, but I think I still need to decide with it. I think I just need to sit here messing around with it and testing. Maybe it's the actual cherry that I don't like, and it's the stone that looks good. I might have to do some messing, so that's what I'm going to do, but that'll be done off camera. And I want to head down here to get some resources so we can work on the storage system for the tree farm. So what we're going to do for the storage system is we are going to dig into this wall, and I think I'll build a building around this later. But I think having the storage system going out in that direction is probably just going to make the thing look way too big. So this portable interface is going to go on the side of that chest, which I can't actually place it. If I place it like that, does that work? It does. And then that one is going to go there. So what is this basically going to do is it's going to extend these two and connect them. At least it should. And it should empty this chest. Maybe I have to glue that to that. That might be something. We then want to extend this tunnel a little bit so we can have a actual, what is it called? A conveyor belt, which is going to go to, I would say probably one more block, I think should be fine. And then if I now just place that there and that there, we can now link the conveyor belt up. That's not a conveyor belt, that's kelp. So it's going to look something like this. And then what we want to do, the next thing, is we want to add these brass filters. So one there, one there, and one, I've actually placed that too far up. So 1, 2, 3, and these are going to pick up the logs, the saplings, and the sticks, which should then mean that it fully works. Although I do actually need to move this conveyor belt, I've just realized, because we do need one of them right there for it to actually pick up the items and send them onto the conveyor belt. So let's quickly now move the conveyor belt down by a block so it will go there. There we go, it's now spinning the correct way, which as you can see is pushing us towards this back wall, which is exactly what we want. So the next thing we need to do is just dig out this wall a little bit more so we can actually place down the chests, because the filters are going to go on this block, which means we need hoppers there. And then the double chests will go across like so. So there we go, that's the chests in place. Now the hoppers are in place. So the final thing should be the actual filters. So that there, and that there. That is facing the wrong way. So I need to actually break these and place them not crouched. There we go. There we go. And then finally the last one, which we can place down like so. Now the arrows are facing outwards, which I think that means it should face them out. So now I've actually done this. I do have 3 list filters, which I'm going to add. And this is just so the items go in the correct chest. So what we're going to need to do is grab some sticks, some saplings, and also some logs. And then if I now add, say, a stick to this filter, then that's actually done all 3, hasn't it? I think it has. A stick in that one. We want to then put sapling in that one. And then we want to put log in that one. So we want the saplings to be on this very far end, because we want the saplings to be closest, because eventually we're going to have to filter them in to the actual system. Then I think cherry logs can go on that one, and sticks can go on that one. That should now sort the actual items out. We finally have something that works, and it was actually a pretty simple fix. If I quickly just throw all of this into there, because the chest wasn't connected when this tree broke. But if I now quickly just show you what we have, I have extended this, so as you can see it's a little bit longer. And we literally just have a funnel that is feeding the items off. And then as you can see when we get down here, the cherry logs are only going into this chest, because that is the only... Why is it started to go backwards? That's gonna be a problem, because when this system goes here, it actually inverts. So I might have to have this powering off the main center part rather than off these, which that should be an easy fix, I think. I'll have to look at a way to fix that later, but at the moment it's not really a big deal, because the contraption only extends every like few minutes for 8 seconds. So I don't actually think it should matter, but if it does become a problem, we can obviously change how this works. All I think I need to do is add another one of these right here, so that it will obviously send a different signal to these rather than this system. But now what we have done on this side, we actually need to repeat again over on this side, but I'm going to do that off camera, because you obviously see how this one works. It is literally just the contraption we had earlier, but with a filter, a conveyor belt, and then some filters, which that filter shouldn't be in there. And as you can see, the actual collection is now building up. So I think this actually works. And then this chest right here should obviously not fill up as quickly, because we have these back here. So that's actually where I think I'm going to end this video. I would have liked to get a lot more done, but due to me losing 6 hours of footage, it kind of sucks, and I don't really have time. I want to get this video up because I didn't cover snapshots of anything this week. But anyway, if you enjoyed, do leave a like and subscribe. In this video, we did actually get the tree farm fully working. We could obviously improve it, and I think that's what we'll slowly do. Next video, I think we're going to focus on finishing every project before we jump to a mega project that I will be building in that direction. But before we start work on any mega projects, I do want to finish off every small project we have started. So that'll be the goal for next video. If you did enjoy, do leave a like and subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!